I really don't care how many times you failed. I really don't care how much you've struggled. I really don't care even if you succeed. I don't care how lucky you got. I don't care who you're related to. I really don't care how much of a celebrity you think you are. The one thing that I do care about you is your willingness to pick yourself up, dust off the dirt, and go at it again. How do you rebuild yourself after you've fell apart? I'm Eric, Leadership Developed. The reason that I find myself in this position is because I find a lot of people out there who think they have it figured out, but then are always whining about why they're not succeeding. This is going to sound cruel, but I want you to fail. I believe that you failing will be the greatest thing for you. I don't say this to be mean. I say this because of my experiences of learning through failure. As a flight instructor, if my students did not fail on that first flight, I was concerned about their growth through the whole program. You see, that first failure is what establishes the character and the drive for you to pick yourself up with the resilience and keep going forward with the endurance that you have. I want you to learn from failures, because if you get lucky and you succeed, you don't know how you succeeded, you just know that you succeeded. It's very important for you to understand why you need to learn of how not to do things as well as what to do. So that's why I say, I don't care if you failed. I want you to fail. I don't care if you succeeded. I want you to fail to learn how to be successful. Pretty much that's how we've learned. That's how we have come so far, is we learn from other people's failures. And other people's failures have taught us how to not do those things. How do we keep pushing the limits? How do we keep pushing the envelope to find new solutions? And that's why we have to fail. We have to understand. If we don't have complete comprehension of what's happening, then all we're doing is just going through emotions and not really pushing our growth, pushing our abilities to be greater than what we are. If you're not growing, you're dying. And that's where I love working with people who want to continuously grow. I want to help them be greater than what they already are. I want them to help explore new regions of their abilities. So not only are they learning, but I'm learning through them as well. That's how I find success. As an expert leader, leading men and women into harm's way to the most dynamic, demanding environments in the world, I have learned a lot of lessons. And the most important lesson is, how do you pick yourself up when you fail? You see, being resilient is probably the most important thing I can think of for anybody, whether you're a leader or a contributor. The idea that you have the ability to pick yourself up, look at the situation, and get back at it again says more than anything, any award, any reward, or any celebrityness that comes with it. One of the greatest leadership lessons I learned was your resiliency and your endurance. These two pieces are key to any leader to be successful. It begins with endurance, the ability to keep going. The resiliency is there because endurance only lasts so long. And by knowing when the endurance is about to give out, the resiliency allows you to reset, rebuild, and get back at it. One of the hardest lessons of resiliency was during Marine Corps boot camp and officer candidate school. In that first month, they're teaching us how to wear our uniforms. They're teaching us how to do drill. They're teaching us how to use our weapons. But throughout that whole time, no matter how good we did it, we were always wrong. No matter if we did it correctly, we got close, it was wrong, try again. To break us down, build the endurance to be able to hit a failure and to be able to keep your head up, look out on the horizon, and keep moving to that next event. The reason for that is because in real life, especially in combat, chaos happens, life happens. Cause and effect is not a direct correlation. Just because you put in all that effort, great effort, does not mean you're going to get the same results. There's times that bad things happen, and those bad things that will make you fail. And it's not your fault. You could have done everything correctly, but the environment in which you're working in could have that whole influence on your impacts. By learning that lesson the hard way of being told you're wrong every day, allowed us to be able to keep pushing forward. The opportunity to succeed presented itself. We were able to be more than successful. The greatest leaders I've worked with were the ones who knew how to pick themselves up, knew how to bounce back from bad situations, and understood life happens. The entropy, the delta, the chaos of a system in which people find themselves in trouble. For you, I'm asking for you to figure out what it is that allows you to pick yourself up with your bootstraps. Those are the things I care about. How do you pick yourself up from a bad situation? How do you find the strength to rebuild? How do you find the strength to continue on going? Those are important. And that's how I want you to view things. I want you to be able to view your resiliency as a way to keep you moving forward, to help you have that consistency. Endurance alone is not enough. By having that resilient mindset, by having the ability to learn resilience, will help you keep consistency. So as those opportunities do present themselves, you are successful as well. Most successful people aren't there because they're lucky. They didn't become successful because they're lucky. They didn't become successful because they knew the exact answer. They're successful because they were consistent. And having consistency goes a long ways. By being consistent in your efforts, you're able then to allow, when the planets do align, or when the environment allows it, to be able to propel you up into a successful rate. Being successful is what makes us feel good. That's why leaders create that culture for their people to be successful. It's not for the leader to be successful. It's for the people to be successful. The most important thing that for you as a leader can understand is that your success is because of their success. The people, the team are there to help you do your job. They believe in your vision. They believe in your ability to bring the resources together, bring the teams together, and be able to get the great results. However, you have to be able to foster this environment. You have to foster the culture. It's a matter of what you do to make your teams great. What is the atmosphere that allows people to be able to grow? What is the culture of trust where people can be vulnerable but still know that the other team members will have their backs? What is the commitment to excellence, knowing that one person can have a bad day while the others are picking up the slack? It's not about what each individual does. It's about the combined effort of the individuals. And you as the leader, make sure that the individual efforts can come together, synchronize, and be able to keep growing. But most importantly, the success you're looking for only comes from one way, and that is consistency. Successful people are not lucky, and they're not much smarter than you are. But what they are that's different than you is that they're consistent, because they consistently work at it to be better, consistently putting in the effort. So when that opportunity does come, it allows them to propel into success beyond what they imagined. You are like everyone else. You want to be successful. You want to leave a legacy of some sort. The great leaders are not known for looking out for themselves and putting themselves on pedestals. The great leaders are known for the environment they created, for the culture of trust that they fostered, for the open vulnerability to allow their people to grow and be better, the succession plan for developing the next set of leaders after their time. It was never about them. It was about the legacy of the organization, the legacy of the vision. And that's what creates great leaders. I'm Eric with Leadership Developed. If you like this video, hey, do us a favor, give us a thumbs up. While you're at it, hey, hit subscribe. Let us know how we're doing and how we can better help you become the leader that your community needs. If you missed last week's video, hey, check them out. They're right over here. We'll talk to you again next week.